So we got our first fan. I'm sitting here today in what will be our baby's new nursery. One of the first things we wanted to do with redesigning the nursery for him was to put a fan in. For a variety of reasons, we've heard that having a fan in a baby's room is a very good idea to have. Now, while we're researching the fan, there is a bunch of different types of fans out there. What we picked was one by Wind River called the Droid. The reason we chose it is because we liked the way it looked and it kind of went along with the theme of his room. So as I began to install the fan, I realized that there was a couple of questions that needed to be answered. One, typical fans, like older fans out there, had pull chains to start the motor or turn the lights on. Now, we had a switch on the wall from a pre-existing light fixture on the ceiling, and I wanted to be able to use that to turn lights on and off. The fan companies are getting pretty smart, and Wind River actually provides a remote control, wireless, and a receiver. And what this does is, even if you don't have a switch to control both the fan and the light, it allows us to push the buttons on the remote control and control the fan via wireless remote. Now, going back and forth with Wind River, I talked to a tech support, which is very good. I wanted to be able to use the switch for the light. So there was a couple of other options, and they sold some switches, and they're compatible with a lot of third-party devices as well. What I came up with was actually a product from Hunter, which is another company, and it is another fan mechanism that works with a switch for the wall and a receiver for the ceiling fan. Now, the reason I like this better than the one that came with the fan is because while this would do all the controls, it didn't turn the fan off. It didn't cut power to the ceiling box. This one actually had a button on the bottom that would allow me to turn the power on and off. It was just something I liked, and in addition to that, it also allows me to control the speed of the fan and the dimming of the LED light that will eventually be connected to the bottom of the fan. So this whole kit came with the switch, it came with the remote control receiver box, and it also came with a faceplate. I don't know if I'm going to use this faceplate because I found some nice screwless ones that I might use, but for now, it's nice to have. Also, the nice thing about this Hunter one is even though it still uses batteries, it's hardwired, but it uses batteries, it uses AAA batteries, which are very easy to get. The one that came with the fan actually used kind of a strange 12-volt battery. I mean, sure you can get these on Amazon and other places, but it isn't quite as easy to get or likely to be on hand as AAA batteries would be.
Let's start by assembling our tools. Now, wire strippers and cutters are a necessity, as is electrical tape, but an important piece of safety gear is going to be a non-contact voltage sensor. This allows you to kind of wave a wand over the electrical box to see if there's any voltage and current flowing. Other tools that are useful are screwdrivers, pliers, both needle nose and stub nose, and you're going to want to have wire nuts around in a variety of different sizes, and this is going to be for connecting all the different gauge wires together. The impact wrench you see in the background is not really needed for this project, but what kind of project is fun if you don't have power tools involved? Having someone around to help is a really fantastic thing. However, my right-hand guy was on a Mama Union mandated binky break. So, despite some questionable references, this guy was available, and he seemed eager to help. And everyone knows that in potentially harmful work situations, the best help to have is the help of a cat. This is a wiring diagram that shows our original wiring for the light. The feeder comes into the ceiling junction box. From there, it continues on to a wall outlet. A 3-core 12-gauge wire then runs down to the light switch. The point of this is that the neutrals are all connected up in the junction box, but the live wire runs down to the switch and then back up to the light bulb. So when the switch is flipped, the light goes on and off. After the wall switch junction box, the circuit continues on. I'm not quite sure where, but it's not really important for this wiring job. This is the wiring diagram with the fan added. You can see the new switch as well as the receiver in the diagram. So what we do here is we connect the fan's neutral and the receiver's neutral to the neutral in the box. The fan's hot is connected to the receiver, so the receiver can control the fan's functions as far as the fan speed and the dimming of the light. The switch controls whether or not the actual receiver is turned on or off. So you turn the switch off, power is cut to the box, the receiver is off, and everything stops. You turn the switch on, then you have control from the switch of both the light and the fan speed. Now we just follow the wiring plan and install both the switch and the fan. Now that the switch is out, we can check for voltage and current with the non-contact voltage tester. Oops, power's on, so let's go turn that off. A quick check again to make sure the power is off and it's safe to move on. I almost totally forgot. The other big reason I chose to upgrade to the Hunter system rather than keep the one that came with the fan. This remote, totally gonna lose it. I mean, it does have an adapter to screw onto the wall, but with a baby, with a whole bunch of stuff going on, there was no way I wasn't gonna break this or lose this. But in honor of its cool retro look, I think we're gonna finish the rest of this video 80s style. There we go, we're all finished. If you like this video and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel.